Good morning, Lincoln. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which they stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Have a great day, Lincoln.
Good morning, LJH. Today is October 14th.
National Dessert Day. People around the country indulge every October 14th on National Dessert Day. Celebrated by way of the local bakery, grandma's house, or chocolate shop, National Dessert Day includes candies, pies, ice cream, fruits, cookies, pastries, cobblers, and donuts too.
Let's take a look at Storm TV's interview with Trisha Sloma.
Special guest from WNDU, Trisha Sloma.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, how are you?
Very well today, thanks.
How long have you been working at WNDU?
I've been at WNDU for a very long time. I've been there since 1993, so that's 25 years on the air with WNDU, and actually 2 years before that, I worked at the station, but it was for a nationally syndicated farm show called Ag Day, so I've been there quite a while.
Can you tell us what syndicated means?
Syndicated, a nationally syndicated farm show is what I started on. Syndicated is when a show is produced at one location but sent to several other stations across the country, and that's what Ag Day is. It's a nationally syndicated farm show. It is produced out of WNDU and it's sent to hundreds of stations across the country.
Have you always wanted to be in the TV business?
Yeah, actually, I'm one of those news junkies. I was one of these kids that started out, when I get home from school, I would watch TV news, and it was something I was always drawn to, and I always used to watch the anchors, and I used to like how they were believable, they cared about their community, and they seemed to know their stuff, and I always wanted to be someone like that, and I think that helped serve me well into what I'm doing today.
And what is it like to be an anchor on a bigger news station like WNDU?
It's pretty cool. I love the live aspect of it. I have worked where I've had my stories recorded and aired later, but I really love the live aspect. There's something a little terrifying and risky about being on live television, and I just absolutely love it. And as long as you kind of understand the immediacy of the news and you can string your thoughts together and talk well in front of other people, I think you would do a good job of it too. And Eric, I think you have a shot at this as well. Well, I think you guys have a great program here. What is it that you want to do?
After?
Yeah, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I wanted to be a goalie.
A goalie?
For soccer, but it's either that or an engineer.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Or maybe a political talk show. I like that, the political stuff.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. You have to be engaging, and you also have to be informed to do that kind of work. And if it's something that you like to stay up on top of, I think you do a great job at it. Okay. What kind of things do you do here at Lincoln Junior High that you really love to do here at the school?
Math. You know,
Really? You
I
love
like
math?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is this class pretty fun?
This?
Yes.
Yeah, I like it because I get to talk a lot during it.
It's the only class that you don't get in trouble for talking, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I think it's pretty great that you guys are doing this. And thank you for having me on the show today.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that the Fall Festival is coming soon. Mark your calendars now for October 28th and 29th.
Now let's head over to our digital storm weather team.
Good morning, LJH. This is Kylie Dalton and Gabby Garza bringing you today's weather.
Today will be mainly sunny with a high of 64 and a low of 46 degrees.
Now it's time for our weather fun facts. The winds around the eye of a hurricane usually are the strongest, and as well as violent winds and heavy rain, hurricanes can also create tornadoes, high waves, and widespread flooding.
Now let's head over to our LJH Cafe to see what's cooking for lunch today.
Heading down to lunch. Today's lunch is mac and cheese, broccoli with cheese, celery peanut butter, bunny crackers, and fruit choice. Have a good lunch.
What are some different branches of broadcasting?
Well, besides the television side, which I a little bit am accustomed to because that's what I do on a daily basis, obviously there's radio, there's cinema, if you wanted to go into the movie sort of spectrum, that is a broadcasting side, and then social media, that's still broadcasting if you think about it.
Okay, so what education do you need to be in the broadcasting business?
Well, typically it will depend on what college you go to. Some of them have a degree in telecommunications, some is just communications. I actually have a minor in telecommunications. My major was broadcast meteorology. So I started there, and even with the minor, it still teaches you the basis of what you need to know. Really, all it comes down to is, following the same schedule. I try to every single day. I'm at the station at 2:30 in the morning. Most people are still sleeping. Yeah, I know you're cringing. Yeah, it's something you get accustomed to. I get my forecasting done, got my graphics together by 4:30, got the hair and makeup going on too. We go live at 4:30. We're on air till 7. We do some cut-ins here and there on the Today Show until about 9 o'clock. And then it's kind of downtime. If I need to make some graphics, update the forecast, get some rain measurements, do broadcasts for radio, do that too, up into the noon newscast, which airs for a half hour. And then finally, after a 10-hour day, I'm done.
Okay, how long have you been working at WNDU?
I've been there 3 years now, but very fortunate for me. They said, you know what, we like you. Research shows that you're a good person, so we're going to keep you on for another couple of years.
What inspired you to be in the TV business?
I think it was the fast-paced business and the fact that it's different every single day. You can have the same routine, but you're going to have different hiccups every single day. You're going to have different laughs and smiles every single day, and that's what makes it unique.
Okay, and lastly, how did you start at WNDU?
Oh boy, WNDU has been one of those stations I've watched since I was a young child, somewhere I always wanted to work too. So I'd say that it was my drive to get there. And I finally got there in 2013, been there ever since, and I couldn't trade that experience for the world.
Okay, well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Trivia Time. This week's question is, approximately how many pieces of candy does a standard size plastic jack-o'-lantern carry?
The correct answer was 250 pieces.
There were many close entries, but the winner is...
Nick Davis. See Mrs. Niner for your prize.
Tune in next week for a new question and more awesome prizes.
Daniel Drew here to wrap up fall sports as we enter winter sports. From volleyball, football, and cross country. All sports have had their ups and downs, but let's take a look at some highlights.
Let's start with some football. The 8th grade finished their injury-plagued season with a record of 1-7. They had their highlights, but then they had their droughts. Overall, I think they had a pretty good season.
For the 7th grade, they made a lot of improvements throughout the season, but finished 0-8.
Now to some volleyball. For the 7th grade, they had a successful season, ending 15-2.
The 8th grade team finished their season 6-12.
The boys cross country finished with a record of 8-1. Overall good season for the cross country teams. Both.
What does this button do? Please do not push the button.